Hi friends. In the work of faith formation, we describe the faith journey first as something that is caught. Our children catch our Unitarian Universalist faith in the culture, in the rituals, in the lighting of the chalice, and the music. But for our youngest, faith is something that is caught. When their cognitive capacities develop a little, it's something that is taught. Our children of all ages, we learn what faith is. And then at a certain point, we hope that we will get their buy-in, that there's something interesting and exciting about church and the faith journey. We get their buy-in, and so faith is something that is bought. And then with enough confidence, with enough foundational support, we can go on and seek out faith as something that is sought. Faith as caught, taught, bought, sought. But even when faith is sought, we might open a book about meditation without actually meditating. Or we might read a romance novel without the inconveniences of falling and being in love and learning what it means to love someone. And so that journey of faith formation culminates in faith as wrought, as in wrought iron, as in iron and metal that has been worked. Wrought faith begins to take hold of someone when they face a loss of a relationship, of employment, of home. When there is conflict and there is humiliation and we are at a loss of where to go and who we are. When we look at the world with climate change and racism and we feel the fingers of despair take hold of our souls. When something surprising, unpredictable happens and we find ourselves bewildered in this strange and disorienting universe. It's at that moment in our life journey that faith is worked. And so from caught to taught to bought to sought, faith as a deep conviction, a commitment of who we are, takes hold when faith is wrought. I'm thinking about wrought faith when someone says, "What will it take just to get me through this day?" That's a significant moment on the spiritual journey. It's a moment when we step out onto a path that might turn out to be unpredictable. Or when someone asks, what do I really want? I mean, what do I really, truly want? It's not just a commandment or an admonition to, I should lose 15 pounds. Or how can I find more calm when I'm so stressed at work? What do I really, really want is more than any of those other questions. What do I really want is a clue that our hearts are yearning for a deeper life. What do I really want is a gate that opened for Siddhartha Gautama, who became the Buddha. A gate that opened that he might leave the confines of the safety of the palace walls. Friends, this notion of self-improvement is a gateway onto the spiritual path, but like purchasing something on Amazon, self-improvement both moves us toward and also away from a deeper life. The problem with spiritual practice and meditation as a tool to get us something that we need, that we want to gain, the problem with that is like purchasing something from a store of products that we already know, when in fact what we may be deeply searching for is not all that clear to us. It is only dimly gazed and imagined in a haze, perhaps even a secret to our own self. So many of us step onto this path assuming that ourselves are more or less fixed. And so occasionally we might need some support, some encouragement, some updating, some ways that we can strengthen this self. And then what happens is we are right back at striving and not meditating. We are right back at assessing how even our spiritual practice of meditation is moving along so that we can purchase and gain those products that we want. And the assessing that removes us from the intimacy of life, that removes us from the mystery of our life, that prevents life from finally taking hold of us. Friends, self-improvement transcends itself when we finally take our meditation seat and we learn to stay put. And we learn to pay attention for nothing else other than attention's sake. Not to gain insight or calm, but to simply pay attention to our life for what our life holds. And we discover that meditation and learning to pay attention is a form of love. A form of love that invites us into the intimacy of our life, just as it is, however imperfect, incomplete, but to trust that there is an inherent dignity and worth in our life, to pay attention. For those of us who are interested in Buddhist meditation, I want to invite you this Wednesday in the series of spiritual practices that we have been sharing over summer. Come to Ames Chapel, 7 o'clock in the evening, and we will take our seat. And with some instructions, we will practice paying attention, of loving our life and listening to our life just as it is, and to wonder at what we might hear.